Alright, what's up class? What's up Herky? Today I'm here to talk to y'all about and try to convince y'all why the iPhone is better than the BlackBerry. Through the course of my speech I will go over certain reasons, pros and cons, why the iPhone is better than the BlackBerry. But also I will give you both sides of the topic so I don't leave anything out, for those people who love BlackBerries. Okay. First off, why the iPhone is better than the BlackBerry? It's been proven over years that the BlackBerry and also the iPhone have been, high quality phones. I think they both serve purposes depending on what your, business classification is. iPhones are more compact, as you see here. They can come very decorative with cases and whatnot. Let's see. Take the case off. You can find iPhones in different colors. Like, for example, this one here is white. There are also black ones. You can also get them custom to where you can get red, blue, whatever you need. The one thing that BlackBerries don't, they typically come in colors like gray, black. Nothing too different. You might get a white one here and there. Another thing, most iPhones are common in size. They're usually around this size, no bigger, no smaller. The older ones were a little bit bulkier as far as like, let's say, width going this way, but pretty much same size, easy to handle. While the BlackBerry comes in many varieties of sizes. You get ones that are, big as my hand, to ones that are, smaller than the iPhone. They come in other varieties, like ones that come with a keyboard, ones that are touchscreen, ones that have actual both, while the iPhone itself only has touchscreen. Now, depending on whether you like touchscreen or keypad, that could be a pro or con. Another thing to talk about iPhones and BlackBerries. iPhones have usually had a history of being not so durable. The older versions were a little bit more durable. They could take a few bumps and bruises and, still be okay. While the ones now are, a little bit more delicate. They have kind of like a glass seal around them. Usually with one like this one, you drop it on concrete once, is pretty much over for. That's why you see a lot of people with, bulkier cases. Now, pro, on the other hand, that's a pro for the BlackBerry, because BlackBerries are not made out of, they're made out of different material, not so much as the whole glass feel to it. So they take more damage. You can drop it a certain amount of times. They're far more durable than an iPhone would be. But something that draws the BlackBerry back. A con to the BlackBerry is that they're typically more complicated. They have a lot of buttons. More complicated. So for people who might not be as used to phones as some of the younger guys in the generation, like I know Herky is a little bit older, so therefore some people don't know how to deal with all the smaller buttons. Like I said, they're more complicated in the sense, you gotta dig through stuff and learn how to work it to, actually get used to it. While the iPhone itself is actually more simple. It comes with 2 buttons on it. Well, really 4, 5. You got your 2 volume buttons. You have your silence button. You have your screen lock button, and then you have your home button. Now, once you hit your home button, it's all touchscreen basically from there. As you see, it comes with a variety of apps that you can download easily over your phone. It has its own search engine, which I don't think BlackBerries have that. And pretty much an app for anything you need. There are millions and millions of apps absolutely continuously, coming about every day. As far as the BlackBerry, I've had one before. It's a little bit difficult. A little bit longer process to download apps. It's a little bit time consuming, to whereas the iPhone is, you can download it straight to your phone, so it's on the go. No need to plug it up to the computer. Now, another pro for the BlackBerry, on the other hand, is that if you're a business person, it makes emails a little bit more simpler, or a little bit more convenient. While the iPhone, it's a little bit harder to hook the email up to your phone and get everything worked out, and sometimes difficult to read them. But one thing I can say, it could be a pro or con to the iPhone. When you view your email, you can either view it in, I guess you can put in like a phone type of view, or the actual internet view. And I would say that that's a pro, but to some that might be a con for the iPhone. Another thing is the carriers. BlackBerry would probably be a pro in that department due to the fact that they offer more carriers like Sprint. You have AT&T BlackBerries, you have Verizon BlackBerries, you have what's another company, Tyree?
T-Mobile.
You have T-Mobile BlackBerries, and it appeals to people who have different phone companies, different billing that they need to go to. So therefore, they don't have to switch over to whatever company is carrying that type of BlackBerry just to get one. To whereas only people who carry iPhones, as it originally came out for AT&T. It remained with AT&T for a while. Then Verizon finally stepped into being able to handle the iPhones, and a little shortly after, Sprint just actually got them. So you got 3 carriers for the iPhone, and you have numerous carriers for the BlackBerry, which I guess that's a pro for a BlackBerry, a con for an iPhone. Now, back to the usage of it. Like I said, how complicated the BlackBerries were. The iPhone itself, it makes it more simple. Kids can use it. You can give it to your 3-year-old, and they can play games all day long. You can it has a greater media type feel to it. You can watch movies off of it. You can play music, and it's just like an iPod, so it's easy to adapt to instead of any old regular MP3 player. If you're an older person, as you can see, the apps on the phone are very visible, and they pretty much have a title underneath them, explains everything that you need to know. You don't have to dig through different files like you would for a BlackBerry. So, like I said, it's a little bit more simple. Now, another con for the iPhone is, like this one, when it first came out, it was around about $500, $600. To whereas the BlackBerries, depending on the style of it, they range up and down, which kind of gives BlackBerries more of an affordable appeal. While iPhones, with Apple, they have a standard price, and they pretty much stick to it, and it stays that way over time and really doesn't change. Gotta talk to Steve Jobs about that, if we could. But let's see what else. Battery life. Now, as iPhones have evolved, battery life has become better. But like still using the many different apps without closing them out, going on the internet, it tends to burn out your battery faster. So a typical iPhone battery might last you, depending on how much you use it a lot, probably a couple hours throughout the day. If you use it normally, it'll probably last you the whole day and a couple hours on into the next. But as far as the BlackBerry, I've known people with BlackBerries who have used them for 2 days without charging, and that's a very extraordinary and also a good thing to have, especially if you're on the run, you can't charge your phone or whatever it may be. Let's see. And another pro for the BlackBerry is that they have an actual keyboard. So, you don't have to deal with, even if you're dealing with like screen freezing, sometimes you get those with iPhones, you got to reset your phone, and, you really can't do nothing if you can't touch your screen. To whereas though, with the BlackBerry, you still have a button panel, so you even if your screen freezes, you can still make calls and, I guess, try to work around it. But in all, I believe the iPhone's a better phone because since we've adapted the iPods, it makes the music player easier. The apps are very vivid, bright, very self-explanatory, millions of them. So you can get whatever you need, however you need it. You know, they have apps to do taxes, to watch your bank accounts, anything. Let's see, I think they're a lot more stylish. The only thing that I would complain about, like I said, is the durability. But all in all, better phone. If you don't have an iPhone, you should get it. And that's my speech. Goodbye, everybody.